Hi, everybody. It is Eamon here, and welcome to another episode of Pat Monk Presents. Today, coming all the way from the beautiful city of Ottawa, Canada, we do have Sarah from Givecloud. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Good. Thanks for inviting me here.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And for those who are listening in who are maybe not familiar with Givecloud, can you give us a quick overview, a quick download as to what the company is and how you help other businesses and people?
Sure. So at Givecloud, we create fundraising softwares that donors love. So we really believe that digital fundraising is not just a transaction. So as a nonprofit, it's about delighting your donors and making a long-lasting connection. So this is really important to us because we know when donors are delighted, they're going to give more, they're going to give faster, they give more frequently, and they actually share about it as well. So this supercharges the impact that a nonprofit can have, and it really drives the innovation of our product at Givecloud.
Fantastic. Yeah, it sounds really interesting. And with this, what kind of industries do you find yourself, building into? Obviously, when you're a nonprofit, what kind of charities, I guess?
So Givecloud serves nonprofits of any size and any scale. We've got a reach worldwide for nonprofits who are looking to fundraise online. So online fundraising, it's now table stakes, but really there is a problem out there. It's that traditional donation forms, they've removed all human connection. So successful and sustainable fundraising, it really requires trusted, like-minded connection between a nonprofit organization and their supporters. Often we're seeing nonprofits using clunky, lifeless forms, and they're collecting donations this way, and they're mistakenly replacing that emotional connection with a transactional form. And the flip side to this is that donors now feel forgotten, they feel disconnected from the impact, and they're left wondering what even happened to my money. So these are the nonprofits that we're trying to flip this upside down and take a different approach. So I can paint you a picture. So Eamon, think about the last time you made a donation. I bet you probably don't remember much. I bet you it was a bit annoying. You had to fill out a ton of form fields. It may have felt like you were filling out your taxes, which is not what you want. You probably had to run upstairs to find your credit card, but you were committed. You really wanted to make a donation, but it was a difficult task. But I bet you remember why you gave. So you felt the connection to the story about housing families in your community or providing clean water, feeding animals. But this isn't enough. And so we want to at Givecloud, it's about the story and the mission of the nonprofit. So Givecloud creates technology, but we get out of the way of that story, so that story is what shines through and is what the tech allows nonprofits to convert more of that connection into donation dollars.
Perfect. No, I really like that. And yeah, I like the when you referenced filling out your taxes. Yeah, so much filling out this and you're doing that, and then it's it can be a bit of a pain, but yeah.
And we're so used to this digital, when we're other digital platforms, when we're buying something online or ordering food or getting an Uber, it's super simple, but yet this lags in the online fundraising space. And it kind of feels like the tax form. So we're trying to bring some innovative tech to that to keep that connection alive with the donors.
Very good, very good. And with this, regarding getting the word out about what you're doing at Givecloud, what different channels are you using? Is it social media? Is it LinkedIn? Is it SEO, Google? What's working for you at the moment?
Yeah, so in the past, our acquisition was exclusively from sales partners who were selling Givecloud as an add-on to their CRM software. And then, of course, word of mouth from our current customers. So if someone had a great fundraising experience, they could learn about Givecloud through the branded icon on that fundraising page. But more recently, we've put more of an emphasis on digital ads. We're really trying to beef up our online content for more organic traffic and integrations. So one of the things that we've learned is that it's a huge undertaking for someone to move software tools. And therefore, we've been working on building out a really robust integration list. Then the ask becomes more of, don't switch to Givecloud, it's add Givecloud. And this allows us to open up integration channel and get in front of more nonprofits who could use our solution.
Fantastic. And with this, regarding the different channels, whether it's, coming from inbound, you're saying you're getting more into digital marketing. I
Mhm.
mean, when people go then to the Givecloud website, I mean, how important is the website at taking those, new visitors and turning them
Mhm.
into future clients?
Well, the website is important. So I spent, just kind of a little backstory, I spent many years in the retail and fashion industry. So when you ask this question, my mind kind of flips back to this comparison. So your website is like your window display. It shows off your best attributes and it catches the attention of potential customers, and it really invites them to come in to learn more. So it's our first impression, or maybe it's the only impression that we get. So in all of our marketing efforts, they lead back to the website at some point in that prospect journey.
No, I
So
love
it's our window display.
Exactly. No, I love that analogy, and it's so true. And kind of switching gears a little bit and talking more about you, as your role within Givecloud. I mean, what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis?
Oh boy. I think this podcast might not be long enough for me to give you my running list.
We'll take the shortened down version. We'll take the shortened down.
So I mean, I kind of am a blend from sort of the operations and the marketing side of things. So it's really setting up, we recently added a freemium product offering. So it's really been building out this whole go-to-market strategy, which is it's the marketing side of it, but it's also the operational, building out the tools and all the automation and everything that kind of the back end support to those marketing efforts. So that's been that keeps me very busy. So
Yeah. And also, it sounds like you have a lot going on. And I don't know whether it was you that came up with this or someone else, on the Givecloud website, if anyone wants to check it out, it's just givecloud.com. But I love the tagline you have, the fastest way to more donations guaranteed. So whoever came up with that, kudos. It's really catchy. So moving on, I'd like to, we're at one of my favorite parts of the podcast, which is a rapid fire section. So if you're ready for some rapid fire questions, put you in the hot seat, let me
all
know.
right.
Do
Go for it.
Let's do it. So what was the last book you read or maybe currently reading?
Okay, so I mean, I'm not consuming a ton of content right now because it's super busy. The book that I've got on my desk is Obviously Awesome. I think that's what it's called. It's more about positioning. So that's what I'm reading right now, in between, different other things, kind of picking it up for a little bit here and there. So
Very good. Great title. I don't know the book, but I love the title. Obviously. Also, imagine if there is no boundaries in technology and you could just snap your fingers, something that's taking up, I don't know, a lot of your time at the moment. If you could have that automated magically, what would that be? What?
Man, I think automating the automation, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's all just I mean, at this point in our company, it's not sort of set and forget. It's a lot of taking a look and fixing things and troubleshooting and making sure we're optimizing once we actually learn something. So I think, if something magically did all of the iteration and optimizing, that would be great. But I think it still requires sort of a curious eye to see where we need to make changes and optimize and learn. So I don't know if something is going to magically take that away, but
maybe the way things are moving.
That's true.
I wouldn't be surprised. So if someone's listening in, if you could figure that out, let us know.
Yeah.
And also, imagine you could go back again to your first day, your first week, at Givecloud, knowing what you know now. I mean, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh, wow. I think I don't actually even know, because I feel like I don't kind of go back and look at anything that's a regret or anything like that. But I think my journey at Givecloud did not start in marketing. I actually don't know if I would consider myself a marketer. Would more consider myself an entrepreneur who really just likes to focus on problems in a business. So I'm curious and I understand people, and that's sort of where I landed here. But I definitely started in our support team and sort of ebbed and flowed within our company, depending on where there was a need in the company. So I think, going back, I don't think I would do anything differently. But definitely, you look ahead and you're like, wow, I can't believe it's been here. And this is where we've grown in the last 3 years since I've been part of the company. But
Fantastic. No, that's good. That's good. And well, look, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast with us today. I just want to give you the last word, though. I mean, if someone forgets everything that we just spoke about, they forget everything, about even what you shared about Givecloud, if there's one thing you wanted everybody to remember about Givecloud, what would that one thing be?
I mean, if you're a nonprofit and you're doing digital fundraising, but you know that there's something lacking and you're still looking for that that connection to your donors because you want to grow your donor base, check out Givecloud. We've really pioneered this technology that focuses on engagement so that you can still make those connections and then you can get back to doing what you love, which is why you started in the nonprofit space and spend less time on the administrative, boring stuff. So we'd love to help you as a nonprofit make more of an impact with your mission.
Fantastic. Well, look, I definitely could not say that any better myself. So I really appreciate you taking the time to join us. I'm sure people got a lot of value. And so that is it for today, folks. From myself and Sarah, thank you very much for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing everybody on the next episode of Pat Monk Presents. So all the best and bye-bye.